Hello, you're back in your usual spot, next to my staircase. Now, I have a question. What is the stupidest reason that you, yes, you, have been fired from? I'll go first. And listen, this one is an absolute belter. So I was fired, only job I've ever been fired from, by the way, for having, wait for it, 42 pence in my pocket. Yes, you heard correctly. I was fired for having 42 pence in my pocket. Now, I was a good colleague. I went to the shop for my colleague. I toddled next door, got her paper and her juice, put her change in one pocket. I got myself a Pepsi Max, as usual, nothing changes, and packet crisps. I put my change in this pocket. I walked back into work. Lunch had finished. I gave her her change and her stuff. Forgot about mine, but my manager did not. She knew. Went back, back onto the work floor. I got pulled aside. I got spoken to. I had a big disciplinary. I got fired for having 42 pence in my pocket. Yes.
I got fired from a job that I burned myself out for, and my biggest fear was getting fired. I was doing everything to avoid the exact thing that happened because I forgot that it was a transactional relationship. They didn't owe me anything beyond my pay, and I agreed to that. Yet somehow I lost sight of that along the way. They didn't say, hey, we guarantee you a job if you become an unrecognizable version of yourself and skip sleep and exercise and think about work 24/7. They didn't promise me a forever if I put work above relationships. I wasn't required to miss out on the moments that matter most in my life to secure a spot at the company. They didn't have to keep me. They never did. I was so mad, like, how could they have done this to me after I've done so much for them? But the joke was on me. I thought that if I gave 110% every single day of my life that they should too, but that just was never a part of the agreement. Are you losing yourself to a job that'll never give you half the amount that you're giving them? Because that sounds like a pretty shitty deal.
So I just got fired from this job that I've been working my absolute butt off for the past almost 3 months. And the funny thing is, so I came in and it was a whole mess. There was mold. I mean, it was disgusting. And the fire inspector told me it should have been shut down. There were so many issues. We didn't have a front desk worker. There was only 3 members of the staff. The manager was doing something weird with the system. Everything was weird, okay? So I go in and I start fixing it. And I become a manager. And then, the contract comes for me to sign it to be a GM. And it was basically saying $35,000 a year. But they want me working 60-hour weeks. And they added a ton of extra roles onto, and this is a high-end place, a very high-end place. And so I basically told them, no, I'm worth more than that. And kept going back and forth. Yesterday, I walk in, they hired a competitor, a manager for our competitor, the company that is against us, that our CEO hates, is now working for these owners and is going to fix the studio. And she talked to me. She pulls me aside and she goes, okay, well, I talked to the owners. They said you're a great salesperson. I was the top in the whole company in the beginning of the month, okay? Whole company. But you basically don't know how to manage anybody, which is okay because of how young you are. And I was like, no, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I was up on the roof checking the HVAC. I know what the heck I'm doing. I've been fighting for staff, for front desk worker with mold, fire inspector, landlord with you. I had a general manager walk out on me. I've been dealing with so much. I hit my head and got a concussion. I worked 107 hours and only 4 of those counted for overtime. I know what I'm doing. And they just fired me, saying that I do not know how to utilize time and that time is being wasted. But the best part is that the owners couldn't even do it themselves. They had this new girl from our competitor come in and fire me. And that's it. And they said, you can't come back. and I have gotten them over 120 clients in the past couple of months, and I'm done. Like, I'm not allowed to go back. And that was the reason, which is not true at all. And if you look at my numbers, I'm so angry, and it was because I asked them to give their employees a $1 raise. Apparently that's me stirring the pot. So I'm not happy right now. And I told them that I wanted to meet with them in person. So that's going to happen, and we'll see how it goes because I'm bringing all of the numbers with me.
On June 19th, I was wrongfully terminated from my server job at a restaurant. The management and the HR are extremely professional and breaking the law. At this point, I have filed a complaint with the labor board, and I have also sought an attorney consult for the labor attorney. I have also filed for unemployment. My question is, would you stay at least 10 seconds and watch this video, like, comment, and also just click the share button. You don't even have to share it, only because my rent is coming up soon, and sometimes when you file for unemployment insurance, it takes a couple weeks for it to go in the system, and if they try to fight the unemployment insurance, then that prolongs it longer for you to get any type of money. So if you could just stay at least 10 seconds, like, comment, and share, this would help this post, just so I could get a little bit of money next month for my rent and the bills that I have to help until I can find another job and or get unemployment, whatever. I've been looking all day. So anyways, thank you for your support. Like, comment, share, and any questions, let me know.
Hey guys, friends. So I'm wearing my glasses because I've been crying all day. So a little story time, because I've never done a story time. So I went to work today and I got fired because of TikTok. I saw on Friday some girl from a different location that I don't even know viewed my profile, because in my office I did my due diligence, whatever that word is, and I blocked everyone just in case, because I know there's people out there that love to see you doing bad in your life. But I guess she found me. She doesn't have my phone number. She doesn't know my username, my last name. I really don't know how she found me, but as soon as I saw that she viewed my profile on Friday, I immediately blocked her. But I guess she saved my videos, sent it to the higher end in a different office, and they called me into the room today, told me to delete all my videos when I was on break. I wasn't on company time. I was doing like come with me on my break videos in my car, never showing where I work, the location, the name of where I work, nothing. All they said was, due to HIPAA, we're firing you. And everyone else got time to delete all their shit so they don't get fired. And literally right after I got fired, a mass email went out about a new policy that you cannot do TikToks on company time or on the property, or you'll be terminated, after I got fired. So honestly, guys, I'm just grateful that I have a support system. I've been putting out my resume, and I already have interviews today and tomorrow, so I don't have no doubt. I have a lot of experience. I'm not worried about finding another job. I did like my job just because, you know, I'm comfortable just like everybody else, and it was like literally 5 minutes from my house, so I was able to drop my kids off every day. It just meshed well and worked well with my everyday life. But I'm gonna try and stay positive. I've been crying for like 3 hours straight, so I'm over that now. I'm over that little hump. But anyways, has any of y'all been fired due to TikTok? Someone said I can like get an attorney and stuff, but honestly, I ain't got time or money to go through all that, and I just can't go without a paycheck. So I'm just trying to find another job and focus on that for my kids and my family. But has this happened to any of y'all? I would really like to know what you guys did, or what the process was, or how you felt, because it's just crazy to me that someone literally saved my videos, sent it to them. I blocked them so they can't even find me if they wanted to, and they just can't see me doing good. All I'm trying to do is get a little bit extra cash, views, whatever, for some money for my family. I'm not even TikTok famous. I've never gotten 1 cent from TikTok yet. But yet they had a tattletale on me. And then I'm getting anonymous text messages, guys. It's like crazy. This person snitched on you. Like, nobody has my number. It's just so upsetting. I'm not gonna lie. But I've taken up too much of y'all's time. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. Have a great day, y'all.
I got fired this morning from a company I have been working at for the last 8 years. I've had the same boss for the last 8 years, and yeah, it happened this morning. 9 a.m., I had a meeting booked with my boss. Our HR business partner immediately joins the call. They tell me that due to restructuring, they have to make hard decisions, and they have decided after review at all leadership levels that my job will be terminated. This came as a massive shock. There was no performance improvement plan. There was no conversation about how I could have been performing better. They essentially just told me, effective Friday, your role is no longer here. My only question I could muster the strength to ask is like, what's happening with my team? Are they also being let go? And they said that they could not answer that question at the time.